Hey, how's it going? So I am back for the other part, which is the independent versus variable factors, and I have a piece of paper for that as well too, all in depth. Now that one's very interesting as well. See if I can find that paper. Give me 1 second. I wrote everything down. A lot of different spots. So one thing that I'll go over that later, but I'll start at the beginning, kind of give you some variables of where everything at. So if you're thinking about just what I'll go over, the ones that I did the probability for the independent variables and dependent variables. The independent variables and probability stuff like that. Related variables. Excuse me. So if you're going out of the 10 right here, you do see. If you're going to using fist, you got a 40% chance out of these 10 to be able to hit another person with your fist. Now, in regards to your movement out of these actions of the actual robot, now what I'm talking about is just the actions of the robot, not necessarily the actual map itself. So now I'll go in depth about that later. But you got a 40% chance to move out of, and then you also have a 10% chance to rotate. In regards to using your laser eye, you have a 10% chance of using your laser eye. And then you also, I think that's, and then when I was going more further in depth, now if you're going to in depth, when you are on a map, you have like a 4 out of 64 chance, which would pretty much be a 1 out of 16 chance to move on a map. Same thing goes for your fist, because your fist could be in any type of radius of the 4. Same as your movement as well too. Um, Also too, in regards to your player 1, you have a 37.5% chance. Now, if you're looking at, let me look at this, make it easier to give an example. But when you're on a specific area like this, like you have these 8 rows right here. When you're on these 8 rows, you have like a for player 1 only. This is just player 1 stats, but you have a 37.5% chance of hitting an actual, like connecting an actual player. I mean, opposite player in that radius from doing that stuff. And then also too, I was doing like different variables and things like that as well too. So like some theories that I caught up with was I added to it would be like if you connected a actual like in regards to like your fist. Yes, let's say you hit somebody with a fist, and the more you connect starting down, you get 25% stronger. So each action that has a fist action on it, after that first or second one connects, will be 25% stronger, which is a pretty cool asset. I think that would kind of work. Another one that I also did was let me see where I have the other rest at. Oh yeah, also too in regards to the laser eye, I was doing something. Obviously, I didn't put on my map where like that big splash where it has certain areas where the landmines could be at. But what I did do for mine was if you do the laser eye for player 1, um, if you're in a specific, if you do get connected with the laser eye, it puts a residue on you. So meaning that you can't actually move or you're stunned for a second after that happens, which would be pretty cool. Kind of similar to like the landmine kind of thing as well too, probably. And when I was doing the fight, another one that I thought of, like so when I was doing my player 1 versus player 2, I was learning that I had it something where the player 1 jumped into player 2 spot, even though because pretty much player 1 can move in any particular spot, and then player 1 got hit with a mine. Now, one thing I thought about that was when that is happening. I mean, so when I did the head to head, I had player 1 and player 2 both lose some damage. But what I could have done in a particular theory later, if Player two was in that same spot as player one where he had planted to mime. Player two could like, potentially, I don't know, regain a certain health bar back or something like that or two. Or I can give it like some sort of buff of some sort so it doesn't, negate on itself because it is his own weapon. And I think that's kind of pretty much about it in regards to probability that I did go over. I hope I did everything correctly. Thank you very much.